The Voice, Sir Tom Jones, from Silent Witness, Emilia Fox, and King of the Action Men, Steve Backshall. Let's go. That's too much. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have a mother and daughter here tonight. A mother and daughter who share an interest. Where are Leslie and Harriet? Where are... Oh, they're down here. Oh, hello, there we are. Well, I don't know which one is the mother and which is the daughter. Leslie, the mum?
Yes.
Hello, Leslie. Nice to have you here. Hello, Harriet.
Hello.
Oh, what a lovely voice you've got. Not so much when you did that, I'll be honest. What's the interest that you share?
We show miniature horses.
Show them what? Show them a good time? Or you exhibit them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we've just qualified our new one for a Horse of the Year show. He's called Bryn.
No. Really?
Really?
Named after anybody in particular?
Well, yeah, because we went to Wales to go and get him, and he came from, like, the top of this massive, scary hill.
Well, Bryn means hill in Welsh.
It does.
Yes,
So,
you've named him after Bryn.
We did.
Oh, that is lovely. And what sort of horse is he?
He's a miniature one.
Cheap shot, really, that, wasn't it? Is he a male or a female?
Well, he's in all the stallion classes.
Ah, like myself, then, like myself. How tall?
He's about 30 inches.
Like myself, then. Well, listen, it's wonderful to have you here. It's Sorry, I'm a little hoarse. We wish you a lot of luck with showing your miniature horses. OK, thank you very much for coming. Right, in a moment, Emilia Fox and Steve Backshall. But first, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest voice of them all, Sir Tom Jones! Now then, the first thing to say to you is to congratulate you on The Voice, because, number one, you won The Voice, which is fantastic. But it must have been... It all went very well, but it was a bit of a gamble for you. It was very different for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever done a show like that. And but I watched the one in America, and I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it was different from, you know, other talent shows.
Yeah.
And I liked the blind audition thing.
Yeah, people loved that, didn't they?
Yeah, that was so... Just listening to singers and hitting that button, you know, when I heard something that I liked.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have no preconceived ideas about what people look like. You're not getting thrown by your eyes, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all it is, basically, is the sound of the person's voice.
And were you often shocked when you turned around by what you saw?
Not really, unless there was a fella on there sounding like a girl, you know, or vice versa. Sometimes, you know, you expect a girl and you turn around and it's a fella.
Yeah. I've been in a few bars like that.
Well,
let's talk about the Jubilee. Lots of people said to me they thought you were the best thing on it. I was there, and it was amazing. I remember seeing you talking to Paul McCartney.
Yeah. 2
knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
What do you talk about when you get together?
We talk about the old days, you know, because a lot of the times, you know, when we did this and when TV shows and all that. But the thing that surprised me, which was very nice surprise, Paul said, could I introduce you to my grandson?
Yeah.
So I said, of course. You know. OK. So anyway, this little boy comes in and he's a charming kid.
Yeah.
And he said, I love you on The Voice. I said, oh, thanks. And he said, I voted for Leanne.
Oh.
And I said, well, you were the one that must have tipped the scales then. You know, you were vote.
Yeah.
You think so? He was like, so I thought, well, that's great. And Paul said, you know.
Oh, that's lovely. When have you been in a situation where you've gone, bloody hell, look at this, look who's here? Because you've met pretty much everybody, haven't you? I could throw names at you. You've met Sylvester Stallone, you met him?
Yes.
You know him well?
Yes.
What does he say to you?
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, you met him?
Yes.
What does he say to you?
Well, it's very similar. Only with an Austrian accent.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah. I sang at his birthday party once. Demi Moore, you know, his wife said, could you come up and sing? I said, Sure.
Yeah.
So I did. So that was nice. So we became friends, you know. So I know Bruce pretty good.
Now, I love talking to you about Elvis and Vegas, but you've talked about that so much. I want to talk about the first time you went to America. Because it wasn't to Vegas, was it? It was New York was your first one.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to do an Ed Sullivan show. And then the same year, though, I did Dick Clark. He had a tour going on called the Caravan of Stars.
Right.
So I thought, wow, that sounds good. You know, so I went on there.
And did you travel down into the Deep South?
Oh, yeah, we went all over America.
Because in those days, there was still segregation?
Yes.
When was this, 65?
65.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah, the summer of 65. So the closest I got to any trouble with that, there was a singer, a male singer called Mel Carter. And we got friendly, he was a black fella. And we were in one of these coffee shops somewhere. And these white fellas took umbrage, you know, you can't, and he called him names, so he snapped. And rightfully so. And the paddy wagon came up, you know, the Black Mariah, slung him straight in the back there, and he was going nuts, you know, trying to... And the police, of course, were all there. White police.
Yeah.
So I said, excuse me, you know, I tried to be very... I said, you haven't even listened to what happened. And this policeman said to me, stay out of this, boy. So... And I'd never seen police with guns.
Yeah.
He put one hand on my chest and he said, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you going to stay out of this, boy? And he went for this gun. It was coming out. And I saw a headline, you know, Tom Jones got shot in Mississippi. You know, and I thought, Jesus, you know, when you're confronted with a weapon.
Yeah. That's a very upsetting experience.
Oh, terrible.
And the acts that you would have liked from that area, were people like Ray Charles?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to blues singers like Big Bill Broonzy, you know, when I was younger, and then gospel, you know, like Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah.
And some country people like Hank Williams. So those people were very important. Brooke Benton.
Rainy night in Georgia.
That's right.
Such
Looks like it's raining all over the world. Neon signs are flashing.
Taxi cabs and buses crashing. Shut your face! We are having a lovely moment. We only ever see you there, you know, entertaining. What do you like at home? Where do you live? You live in Los Angeles still?
Yeah.
And do you sing around the house?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never seen you ever on any television programme playing the guitar.
Well, to be honest, I don't play very well. So I only ever, you know, learned to strum a few chords. I never really... You put that in on purpose, didn't you?
I would never do something like that. Do you want to have a look at it? I'll just show it to you. just have a little feel of it. Oh, there's no strap on it. You'll have to sit down. There's a plectrum there, though.
So,
Anybody ever seen Tom Jones with a guitar? Never.
Well, let me see. It's in tune, anyway.
That's a start.
I just got your letter, baby. Too bad you can't come home. I swear I'm going crazy, sitting here all alone. Since you're gone, I got a mess of blues. Oops, there goes a teardrop rolling down my face. If you cry when you're in love, sure ain't no disgrace. I gotta get myself together before I lose my mind. I'm gonna catch the next train going and leave these blues behind. Since you're gone, I got a mess of blues. Since you're gone, I got a mess of blues.
Tom Jones. Have a seat, Tom. Beautiful. Thank you for that.
That's all right.
What do you like with pathology? Do you like pathology?
If I knew what it was, I could give you an answer.
We're about to find out. Please welcome my next guest, the brilliant star of Silent Witness. It's Emilia Fox. Emilia, Tom, Emilia.
Yes, how are you?
That was fantastic.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks.
that's the highlight of the year, isn't it?
It's pretty much for me, yeah. Pretty much for me.
Well.
Now, pathology, Tom.
Yes.
A study of dead bodies, etc., clues, yes? Am I right?
Yeah.
Emilia's in Silent Witness.
Yes.
Done many series of it. But it must have been a difficult one to research, because to research it properly, you'd have had to have been seeing dead bodies.
I went to see 2 autopsies.
You went to actual autopsies?
Yeah.
So you literally saw them...
Yeah. All of it.
What's it like?
Well, I was worried that I was going to be... I'm very squeamish in real life, so I didn't want to sort of hold the process up by being embarrassing or anything. But actually, it's so riveting what happens, you know, once they open up the body and finding out how someone died. And I think that might be why, you know, people still like Silent Witness, is that the clues are in the body, not just, you know, the sort of whodunit, where were you last night, Mrs. Miggins, at 6 p.m. And so I became sort of fascinated by that, and it stopped me feeling like I would faint or anything like that.
God, I mean, the first time you see them put the incision in,
Stop.
I mean, does stuff squirt out when they do that? You're all wondering it. Does stuff...
Do you really want to know?
Yes,
though?
I do, yeah. I do want to know.
No.
It doesn't?
No.
Some autopsy. You know, what...
But the thing is, once they get the saw out to do the brain and go through the skull, then there are bits that fly out.
They don't fly out.
They do, when you're sawing through something. God. And also then the pulling down of the skin.
Yeah, all right, love, all right. Let's give it a rest now.
You wanted to know.
Yeah, I wanted to know up to a point. I don't want to upset Tom. Come on. So you met real pathologists to research for it?
They're
what kind
with
of
us
people
all the
are they?
time.
What are they? I presume they've got a great sense of humour to sort of compensate for what they're doing.
They do, and they always encourage us to have humour in the show, because it's a lot of medical
jargon.
chat.
And do you understand what you're saying, or do you just go with the flow?
I don't understand it when I read it, but when I get on set and have it explained by the pathologists, and then you've got the body there in front of you, and so it's easier. You've got a sort of picture to go to. But it's remembering the actual names of things.
Yeah, all right, well, okay, let's put this to the test.
OK.
I've written a new series, Tom.
Yes.
CSI Cardiff. Right? There's a script for you. You play Dr. Tom, OK?
Oh, OK.
It's there. Emilia, you play Emilia.
Yes.
OK?
Thanks.
I play Chad.
I understand.
So what's the autopsy result? Anything out of the ordinary?
There's been blunt force trauma to the trachea.
What about the thoracic spine exam?
Well, it shows no evidence of vertebral body collapse, pedicular sclerosis, or focal lytic abnormality.
Good. Any anterior wedging? No. I have to be able to use the word wedging without contempt, please. Well, we'll go back on that line. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Tom. We'll go back on that line.
Shows no evidence of vertebral body collapse, pedicular sclerosis, or focal lytic abnormality.
Good. Any anterior wedging?
Mild at the L2 vertebral body. Schmall's nodes are evident through the lumbar vertebral bodies, and a lumbarized S1 transitional vertebra is evident.
So what's the verdict?
I think we need a second opinion.
Dr. Tom?
I agree with her.
Nice. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Thank you. That was good. That was very good. That was beautiful. Tell me about Silent Witness. Is there a new series coming?
Yeah.
What are you laughing about now? What's the matter with you?
Yes, we're filming a new series at the moment.
And what'll be that number
16.
Wow, that's a very popular show, isn't it? Let me ask you a question you're not expecting. What's your favourite animal?
I think today it's flamingos.
Thank you. Tom?
I like dogs.
Flamingo? and a dog. I'm glad we sorted that out. You're going to like my next guest from the smash hit programme Deadly 60. Please welcome Steve Backshall. Have a seat, sir. Have a seat. Thank you very much. Deadly 60 is a fantastic show. It is so popular. This is the Deadly 60 show. Steve goes round the world with the 60 deadliest. You've seen it, Tom, OK? For those that haven't seen it, before we talk to Steve, have a little look at this clip. Fantastic.
Here we go!
They are absolutely extraordinary snakes.
Oh my goodness! Look at the size of this!
No way!
Wow, impressive. The crocodile jumped out for me, and jumped out at you. Was that the scariest thing from your point of view? It looked terrifying.
Well, the scariest bit of that was that we were actually lowered underneath the helicopter into the nest of a female saltwater crocodile, and she was actually on top of the nest while we did that. And that was very frightening, yeah, because you are in her environment, and a female crocodile will lay down her life to protect her nest, her hatchlings, her young. So that was very intimidating.
Wow, wow. And what about the snake? Well, that was in a cave, presumably, and he's eating a bat.
Yes, those are non-venomous snakes, so it wasn't of any danger to me, but the kind of freaky part about that was I was in the cave for about 3 or 4 hours beforehand, and they were quite bothered by the lights. They wouldn't hunt while the lights were on, so the only way I could do it was by having an infrared camera and just looking into that, having no light on whatsoever, so crawling around in this cave with bats coming thundering past my ears, snakes everywhere, just hoping to get that moment when one would snatch a bat out of the air.
Have you ever been bitten?
I got bitten on the leg by a crocodile. Well, it's given me a rather nasty scar to show off at dinner parties. I'll wear...
Or chat shows?
Or chat shows.
Where is it?
It's down here. It's that there. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah, we can. Look at that, yeah. I'll be honest with you, that is disappointing. We were expecting something absolutely dreadful. So that was the crocodile.
That was the crocodile.
So you were invading their territory and that happened?
I was going through a swamp looking for green anacondas, and I was feeling around with my feet for the snake, and instead I trod on a crocodile's head, and it bit me, funnily enough.
What's the most dangerous animal you've ever encountered?
Well, it's kind of dull answer, actually, because it's the mosquito. The mosquito is the only one that is statistically dangerous to human beings. I mean, snakes really are not dangerous to people, and certainly sharks aren't.
They are. They can bite you, they can crush you. The one in Jungle Book just hypnotised a little boy. And there he's working with the element of surprise.
And the hippo, there was a hippo. You did a thing with it.
Well, that's actually far more frightening, I have to say. Working with large animals, I'm much more likely to have close calls with things like hippos, buffalo, elephants than I am with... I mean, there is no snake that can outrun a human being, and in every single situation, when you are in front of a snake, it would rather move away from you than attack you.
Are you sure about that?
I promise you, Rob.
What about if it's
Trust me, I've been doing this for a while.
Well, if it's sleeping or something, and you sort of...
You step on it.
Step on it by mistake.
Yeah.
That's the only time that snakes can be dangerous, and the only places around the world, places like Sri Lanka and Burma and India, where people work in the fields and they're walking around barefoot, and there are snakes around that have sit-and-wait attack strategies, and there is a danger of them stepping
They have
on
a
the snake.
strategy?
Yes.
Bloody hell, those are organised snakes.
Yeah, thanks.
You have a story, don't you, Tom, about your first manager, the guy that discovered you, Gordon Mills, because he loved animals, yeah?
Yeah, my original manager, he loved animals and endangered species, so he built a zoo in his back garden on St George's Hill in Weybridge.
Yeah.
Gorilla and orangutan.
Gorilla and an orangutan?
Yeah.
In Surrey?
Yes. And he had leopards and tigers. He came up with this idea one day. He said, you know what? If for a picture, a great picture would be, for you to go in this cage and have the tiger, come up with his paws on your shoulders. And I said, I don't fancy it, honest. And he said, don't worry about it, I'll be in there with you. And so there was a photographer that came in there with us, and this tiger took a dislike to him, I suppose, and he pounced on him and had him by the head. and was dragging him through the water, this pond that was in the middle of the thing, right? So I'm like, Jesus, I mean... So Gordon said, don't... So I'm right behind Gordon. I've got right behind him now. Now, if you've ever had a tiger stare at you, it's unbelievable. You know, they have these eyes. And I thought, oh, you know, I'm next. Well, I got hold of Gordon. And I had him like a shield. And I was up against the side of the cage, you know, inside. And I'm moving along like this. And I thought, if this thing jumps, you've had it. and I just got to the gate and got out. And then he said, oh, we'll calm it down and we'll try again. Meanwhile, the photographer, the camera had come up and hit him in the face. So he's in Gordon's bar trying to drink cognac. And I said, and you want me to go back in then? No.
There's a pattern emerging tonight where your life has been threatened.
If it's not a gun, it's a tiger.
It's a tiger. Now, Steve, Tom has said how much he loves your shows. And I do seriously love the way that kids look up to you. I think it's such a positive role model. Are you aware of that, of the example that you're setting?
Well, I'm very lucky, and I guess we're always told that kids are fat and lazy and spend all their time sat in front of the television or playing on computers, and I just don't see that. I see enthusiastic, active, interested, intelligent young people all the time, which is one of the great privileges of my job.
I think by watching your shows, you're kind of taking them in the other direction, which is a lovely thing.
Well, I guess what I'm hoping to show is that by switching onto the natural world, it can just make life better. By spending some time outside, by learning about birdsong, you know, the second you go outside the door, all of a sudden you've got all these stories going on. It has to start in your own backyard, because this is our history. Well,
if you live in Surrey, I mean, you could find orangutans, leopards. Let's have some questions from the audience. First is John Dennis. Where are you, John? Oh, he's there, down the front. Hello. Who is your question for?
I got a question for Sir Tom.
Is that a Welsh accent, John?
It is, yes.
Cracking.
Tidy.
Tidy. Nice one.
Sir Tom, I'd love to know, what's your karaoke song?
Do you ever do karaoke?
No.
Of course not. It's Tom Jones.
No. Yeah, I mean, I've never sung at a karaoke.
If someone held a gun to your head, which, let's face it, is quite likely the way things have gone,
yes,
what would you do?
Well, it would be a Jerry Lee Lewis song, you know.
Great Balls of Fire?
Could be Great Balls of Fire, a whole lot of shaking.
Lovely.
You know.
Emilia?
I just hope I wasn't in the same karaoke bar as Sir Tom. What do you think? Like Black Velvet or something like that?
Black Velvet. That's all about Elvis. Did you know that?
Yeah, the girl that did it's Canadian.
Alana Miles. What about you, Steve?
I would probably sing something that was so bad that I would be forced to give up very, very quickly. Something by Radiohead and just have people screaming for me to stop.
Yes, I think they would. Paul Hunt. Where is Paul? He's
Hello.
over there. Hiya, how are you?
Oh, not bad, you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, you been all right?
I'm very well, thank you.
What have you been up to? Keeping busy?
Yeah, not too bad.
Who's your question for?
My question is for Sir Tom.
Right.
Sir Tom, I met you when I was just 3 years old, and you picked me up. Now
I can say now that is not going to happen today. What's your question then?
Now I'm a lot older. Would you fancy a pint with me?
Are you up for that? Have a pint? I've got somewhere special. OK, you up for it, though?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Come on down, Paul. This way, Tom. Come over here. Here we go. All right, say hello to Sir Tom. Come around here. There's one for you, look. OK?
Thank you very much.
Sir Tom.
Oh, thank you.
One for you. One for me.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. All right, let's have a pint. Oh, look at the time. Let's drink up. Lovely. you, Paul. Thanks very much. Tom, you're going to sing for us, yeah?
Yeah.
You're gonna do something from the new record. Fantastic. You want to go over and get ready? Sure. Thank you, Tom. Tom Jones. And before we hear from Tom, please thank my lovely guests, Emilia Fox and Steve Backshall. And now from his fantastic album, Spirit in the Room, performing Tower of Song, ladies and gentlemen, Sir Tom Jones.
Well, my friends are gone, and my hair is gray. I ache in the places where I used to play, and I'm crazy for love, but I'm not coming home. I'm just paying my rent every day in the Tower of Song. I said to Hank Williams, how lonely does it get? Hank Williams hasn't answered me yet, but I hear him coughing all night long. 100 floors above me in the Tower of Song. I was born like this, I had no choice. I was born with the gift of a golden voice and 27 angels from the great beyond. They tied me to the stage right here in the Tower of Song, so you can stick your little pins in that voodoo doll. I'm very sorry, baby, but that doesn't look like me at all. And I'm standing by the window where the light is strong. They don't let women kill you, not here in the Tower of Song. Now you can see that I've grown bitter, but this you can be sure. The rich have got the channels in the bedrooms of the poor, and there's a mighty judgment coming, baby. But I may be wrong. You see, you hear these funny voices in the Tower of Song. I see you standing on the other side. I don't know how the river got so wide, and I loved you, baby, way back when. And all the bridges are burning that we might have crossed, and I feel so close to everything we lost, and we'll never have to lose it again. Now I bid you farewell, I don't know when I'll be back. They're moving us tomorrow to the tower down the track, and you'll be hearing from me, baby, long after I'm gone. I'll be speaking to you sweetly from a window in the Tower of Song.